Well, if you visit the Butler, you may notice a particular security guard who never leaves his post. This morning on Inside the Gallery, we look at this sculpture by Marc Sijan.
Well, when people visit the Butler, they expect to see our guards moving about freely, but there's one guard in particular, a museum guard, who, well, let's just put it this way. He doesn't respond to any conversation, any questions that you might have. He hardly ever moves. No, let's correct that. He never moves. We're talking about Art the Guard, which is a work of art by an artist from Milwaukee by the name of Marc Sijan. Marc Sijan is a sculptor who creates human forms. And one of the human forms is Art the Guard, which is here at the Butler Institute as part of our permanent collection. But there are other works by Marc Sijan, like a baseball player in our sports gallery. But it's the Marc Sijan, the guard, that draws all the attention. It's amazing. People expect him to, you know, I had a former teacher come to visit me. And he said to me, "What's with your guard out? And he doesn't talk to anybody." I said, "Look at him carefully." And of course, we're talking about a work by Marc Sijan, the great sculptor from Milwaukee, who creates these sculptures of human beings doing various things. And Art the Guard is doing, all you have to do is read his tag and realize that he is a guard named Art. We would call the kind of work that Marc Sijan does is contemporary or ultra-realistic sculpture. And it became popular in the mid-1960s and became even more well-known in the 1970s. There was an artist in Florida who came up with the idea, and Marc Sijan was his assistant learning the craft. And these are works made out of a resin that hardens and can bring out the slightest wrinkle in the. People just can't get over how realistic these works are, but particularly Art the Guard, scary real. People always ask Art the Guard for direction. Do you know where the contemporary art is? Do you know where the American art from the 19th century is? And he apparently satisfies them with his answers, because I don't get any complaints about Art the Guard. I think people eventually realize, you know what, I've been talking to a sculpture piece this whole time.